And welcome to the gathering table, ladies and gentlemen. Today is our first fully live show, and everyone has made it to see us and be here to play. Let's give a round of applause for our very first show ever. Yeah, we have finally reached the pinnacle of getting to start off. So, welcome, world. Welcome to the gathering table. This has been a journey like you have never seen before. It started probably almost nearly 3 years ago. So we would say 2 years. And I have been able to reach out to the world and find these five incredible people from all the way around the world to join me and play Dungeons and Dragons. But that has gone far beyond that. We have become friends and family, and now we get to show you guys the very same thing that we get to experience: friendship, okay, and family. So let me introduce you to the best friends I have in the world. Okay, Pagan from South America and France. Okay, we have Laurel, who is descended from China but lives in the States. We have Nina, all the way from the wonderful country of Australia. We have Caesar, who lives in Poland, wonderful place of Europe. And then we have Aaron, our fun, wild policeman in Colorado, United States, my home country. I am Damian Alasius, and I am your host and Dungeon Master, and I hail from Canada. Yeah, guys. So, this is going to be a lot of fun. We have a whole lot to get over on and talk about today. So let's begin with the first thing. I know everybody out there is probably wondering, like, who's this bunch? Like, what's all these people getting together about? Yeah, they seem to be real, enthusiastic about it because they met from around the world. Well, you know what? Why don't you hear from them? Aaron, tell everybody who you are.
My name's Aaron. Like Damian said, I am from Colorado in the United States. I have 3 kids, full-time job, wife, and I am in the chauffeur stage of life. So my life consists of going to work and taking my kids places. But as far as a little me time goes, I've been doing D&D for over 15 years now. I've been DMing a 5e game that is actually coming up on our last. We hit level 20, and we've been playing for 3.5 years, and it's my first campaign to hit 20 since I played 4th edition like 10 years ago. So that any D&D players know is a feat in and of itself.
It is.
But
Wow.
I have been, for the last 12 years, the always present DM, and I joined this crew because I wanted to be a player again. So I only have to worry about one character in this, which will be amazing. That's a little bit about me. Do you want me to talk about who I'm playing, or are we saving that?
We'll talk about the campaign a little bit afterwards. Let's
Okay.
get everyone introduced. So next in line, we have Laurel. Take it away, Laurel.
Hello, my name is Laurel. Like Damien said, I currently am a barista for Starbucks. Please be kind to us. I started playing D&D during COVID. So about 2020, I graduated from college. And so then I was a little lost and I was like, what? Friends want to play D&D? What is that? Okay, I'll do it. And then I became obsessed. And pretty much I got introduced into this group when I hadn't even really started playing yet. And I think that's really cool is that this group is like beginners and veterans of the game, so that's pretty cool. I am mostly interested into performing arts. I have a degree in music technology, so any music and all that stuff is my go-to. I'm mostly a vocalist, and yeah.
Nice, very nice. Caesar, you're up.
So as Damien mentioned, I'm from Poland, so it's a little country in the center of Europe. Pretty much nothing. I'm I've been into D&D for the past 5-6 years of my life. Really, it has been a big relief for me, and the stress that I was enduring during my college times. So, as of now, I really think that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for D&D. I'm a player, also a DM, but mostly a player, and that's why I play here, because I want to just play more. And meeting these wonderful people here let me have that opportunity.
So, toss up. Who wants to go next, Pagan or Nina?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Pagan. I've been playing D&D since I was 14 years old. Discovered the game in Brazil. Now I live in France. I grew up there. I was born in France, but I grew up in Brazil. Now I'm back here. I live here with my beautiful wife, and life is good. And I'm glad to be playing today with this wild bunch. We've been working on this for a long time, and we hope you have a kick-ass time watching us.
And finally, Nina.
G'day, mates. No, just joking. I never say that. Hey, guys. I'm from Australia. I just want to do a little shout out that I'm on Gadigal country here, and I pay my respects to our First Peoples. This is their land, never ceded. The other thing that I wanted to say is D&D is pretty new to me, so if you see me making mistakes, please don't shed the hate. Just understand that I've only been playing this for about maybe 2 years. I started in lockdown as a way to connect with people in my local area. And now I volunteer at Collecticon and DM there, and it's a wild old time.
And so there's me. As you already know, the name is Damian. So I was born and raised originally in Los Angeles, California. My Dungeons & Dragons experience actually started on a little late, shortly after first edition was starting to transition into second. So I picked up second edition. I played first edition for a little bit, and I was even able to collect the books at one point. But the point is that I really focused on second edition and thoroughly enjoyed it, and ultimately took dungeon mastering lessons from a guy that I'll never forget. His name is Gary Cross. Shout out to that man. I don't know if he plays D&D anymore, but he is someone who really taught me a lot about how games work. But through that, my experiences have allowed me to play D&D all the way across the United States, and all the way across all the different versions. And now and that also includes Pathfinder, which is technically a D&D version. And now I'm pushing forward into broadening my experiences with regards to 5e and its expansion as they go into the new system rolling into the new year in 2025. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We may be playing on the outskirts of D&D 5th edition, but this group is more than just Dungeons and Dragons. We are a group of people who play all kinds of role-playing games. Everyone across the table here has their personal favorites outside of D&D. Mine might be a little bit over some older games and stuff. There really hasn't been anything too new that has really caught my attention just yet, but that doesn't mean that it won't. But the main thing is here, okay, is that it's not just us, okay? We call ourselves a gathering table because this is about everybody who plays the game. If you throw dice at a gaming table and have people who come around you, okay, and play with you, this group is for you. This is the exclusive club for role-play gamers all around the world. Just come here and join us. Okay, you don't have to watch the show. We love if you do, but you don't have to watch the show. You want to feel included? Yeah, come here. We don't care who you are. Doesn't matter about where you come from. We don't care about background. We don't care about your personal beliefs. We don't care about, whatever your orientations are. We don't care about religions. We don't care about all that stuff. It's about the player and the game and the fun and excitement that you have. That's why we got together. That's why we hope everybody else is getting out there too. So,
can I just jump in, Damien, real quick and just give a shout out to Adorno who followed us on Twitch. Thanks heaps.
Right on. Thank you very much. Okay, so spread the word. If you're here now new, okay, tell everybody. Okay, this is a place for you. All right, everyone. So, first things in order. Whoa, who's gonna DM the first game? Yours truly. I got the lucky pick to play a 5e D&D game. That's the game plan here. We are going to try something slightly new. We are going to do something that everybody's done, but the difference where it's new for us is the fact that we're going to be switching back and forth. What that is we're going to be playing both with tabletop models like that one on the table there that we have on the on display just for a camera angling and things like that. That's Nina's character, who's going to be coming up in a future campaign here in the near future that we're going to be starting up in a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. And we're just doing that just to show everybody that we have that version. And even though we're not sponsored, we will sometimes be using Roll20 for some of the other things that we may need to do that requires special pictures or scenes and things like that. So this is going to be something interesting. It's going to be, back and forth. And some point, we're going to try to get to a point where we can do both at the same time. So keep an eye on us. Okay, we're going to be playing around with a whole lot of fun technology out there. Okay, so that's the next thing we need to tell you. Let's see. So what do we want to know? I think everybody wants to know what kind of campaign this is going to be. I know the players have been really freaking sitting on the edge of their seats going, what is he going to do? What the hell? Because I made them do something strange. Everybody show your cards. Okay. Ooh, did somebody not make their cards? Ooh. Busted. So in this coming campaign,
to his defense, I just made mine.
So they need to be very well seen. That's why I was hoping they could be big arrows like that. So when you can, Nina and Caesar, make them big like laurels, and
I'll go steal my kids' crayons after this.
Yeah, so it's not important now, but just make them big because they need to be visible so that people could see them. Okay, well, that works. If you want to cover your face, that works. But the main thing is you need a red one and a green one. Okay, so I will say this: those cards are going to be used in this campaign for some decisions that you guys are going to be making. I am not saying anything further about that. So I will take that mystery off the table. Now, the campaign. So yours truly has created a world that I call Everwalks. Yes, it has a history. It's real simple. The world was at one point one large piece, very much like our own world, Earth. A meteorite came along, crashed into it, and broke it into a bunch of pieces and stuff. But prior to that, when it was all one piece, the many people who walked the lands was literally able to boast to say that they could literally walk from one end of it to the other. Henceforth, they gave the name the Everwalks. So I have created a map. We will see that in the near future. I'm not going to show it tonight. But in this particular campaign, one of the areas that the players are very unfamiliar with that I decided to set up is going to be the Dragon Nest Keys, guys. So you guys now know where we're playing. In this area, this is a small area that has a 3-fingered claw that extends out into the oceans that is around it. And where the knuckles are these huge rocks that operate as platforms for the cities that are nestled and settled in that area. So it's going to be an interesting scenario. The history for that place is kind of strange. Some dwarves came down there to it, and they discovered that the place was infested with blue dragons. of various ages. And so the dwarves went in there and dug down into the earth deep through, made tunnels their way through, and then they tunneled back up and surprised the dragons and attacked what they can, and slowly but surely and systematically was able to either drive the dragons out and or kill them, take their treasures and things like that. So the city itself, the main city, okay, is a very, very rich city that has a king in it who he's kind of a sad king based upon some things that some of the history that will be delved into at some point in time. We don't really want to be talking too much about that today, but I'm just giving a little bit of information to the players and you guys, so you guys have some heads up on what's kind of going on when this particular campaign kicks in. But the main thing is the dwarves in this area have a history that was a sad one, but now things are starting to change for them in a better direction, and there just might be a possibility that the players might have something to do with that. Maybe. We'll see. So, now that you guys know where you're going to play, how about we introduce the characters? So, who wants to go first and tell us about their character and what they're going to be playing in this game? No volunteers, huh? Nene, you go first.
All right. I ran last time, so I get the joyous roll of first this time.
That is true.
I'm playing a halfling fighter called Barwin Applebridge. Now, in my mind, Barwin is a jovial, every dad type of guy, and he is going to be hopefully some comedic relief. We'll see if the rest of the world agrees with my version of funny. Again, don't come after me, haters, if you don't, because this is all about inclusion.
Yep.
He also bakes a mean apple pie, and so if you guys want apple, well, I can't bake apple pie, but I bake apple crumble, and I'm really down for food, and so is Barwin. So he's going to be talking a lot about food. You know that.
Awesome. So there might be a few food fights in the future too.
So maybe we should show him. Because I have prepared him, so maybe we can show how he looks. Aaron, should I send it to you right now so you can present it, or?
Yes, so that way I will figure out how to put that on here. Actually, I think I will. Oh,
okay. So I will just send you all of them so they can be introduced one by one. Okay?
So, context for everyone who's watching, Caesar is an incredible artist and has sketched up all of our characters for us based on our descriptions. This is going to be the first time we see them. So, wow.
Yeah, everybody here has a little bit of a secret about who they are and what they do. It's kind of surprising about what's going on behind the cameras, you know? This is a whole learning experience for all of us.
So while we're doing that, does somebody else want to?
Yeah.
I mean, while they're doing that, let's just bring in a little moment that happened before we got live streamed, where I discovered that the peeps in America do not know what a cheesel is. So if you're in Australia, we have this. And oh my goodness, this was my breakfast today because it's 8 a.m. in the morning for me on a Saturday. And I am shocked that the rest of the world does not understand the joy of the cheesel.
I was so sad to give you that news.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wow.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I really tried to make him a little bit chubby on the face and just, nice looking little guy, charmer,
He
oh
is.
my gosh, that's so good.
Wow. Okay.
I love him, even though I haven't even played with him yet. But he's gonna be sweet. He's gonna be polite.
Oh my god!
and he's definitely going to get the gang into some sticky situations because he just wants to be friends with everyone.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just going to openly admit it. There's been a few texts that have come my way that has given me some news, and I am trying to catch up with you guys and see all this all at the same time. So we need to do something here to help out some people over here in the chat area. So let's take a gander at this. Did you guys?
Yeah, I was going to say thank you for the people who would like to chat. I'm so sorry we don't have the option. Apparently, it's not working at the current moment. But thank you for bringing it to our attention so we can fix it, hopefully.
Try now. I had to click a button.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think it's
It is in followers only mode.
Yay! It should.
No, that was me. That was me.
Oh, that was you. Yep, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the words.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but I have thunder. So if I get knocked off, I'm so sorry. But I'm in Florida. I didn't say it earlier. I live in Florida, and we have quite some thunderstorms constantly. So that was big thunder, and big rain is about to come. So just letting you know.
So that was with us yesterday, and I'm under the impression that there's a storm heading our direction as well up here in Canada. So yeah, that's going to be real interesting. I'm near Ontario. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Canadian location, little tiny town called Owen Sound. Not too big on a history buff, so I don't really know a whole lot about the place, but it is a fairly well-known place. Though. What's that?
Sorry, just I was speaking on my own. Sorry.
Oh, you're tapping into that, that other character up inside your head, huh? Well, you know what?
Yeah,
why don't you go ahead and
know I wasn't mute. I would be glad.
Introduce your character then.
Gladly. Well, my character is Camille Solimaison. She is a very refined lady who had a very difficult life. She is full of mysteries, and she's trying to change her life for the better. And she's a ranger, a deep stalker ranger. She was trained to be active in the dark, in the underground, and she has a lot of surprises hidden for you. And I will not say anything else because you will see there's a lot to unfold there.
And here is your character art.
Oh, I see
Ooh.
it. Wow. She's amazing.
That's like regal.
Yeah.
I see it now.
Pagan described her as really regal and classy. Yeah.
Yes,
I got it.
yes.
I got it.
I really like the shirt all buttoned up. It's really how I've seen her when I imagine her.
I'm glad. Yeah, because I didn't know if she wanted to have it a little bit loose or just up to her neck.
It's perfect. Thank you,
Okay.
Susan.
Sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Now, who is going to be next? You know what? Let's go with Aaron. Let's see what Aaron's surprise is going to be.
Well, my name is Braun, and I'm here in this city because I got nowhere else to go. My clan is dead, and I just need some money, and I'll make it any way I can. I'm a bugbear, if you can't tell, and I got my shield, I got my axe, and yeah, I'm just here to make some coin and figure out what in the world I'm doing next.
That was amazing.
That's Braun with a Texas accent. Right on. Oh, that's good. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh.
And there is my art, which is fantastic. Thank you, Caesar.
Dude,
Yeah,
oh my
Caesar,
gosh.
you are
Really cool.
like so fast for awesomeness.
Oh my,
I've
seen some of the stuff.
Is.
Yeah, Tali says.
How tall is he?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I think 6'2" is about what I put it at. It's not terribly tall.
Okay.
All right.
You know, I'm pretty short in real life, so I can't role play too much taller because that's a whole different mindset. But we'll see. We'll get there.
All right.
Yeah. Tall people just don't understand. I can reach all the cupboards in my house, you know? I've never understand the short people.
The world is a little bigger for them.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's funny. Oh boy. All right. All right, well, let's see. That still leaves Laurel, you want to go? You want to talk about your character?
Sure. My character is named Caspel Tallberry. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up, just make sure. Okay, so yeah, he's a halfling rogue. Very keeps himself, likes his solitude. He sleeps in a tent outside. He's that kind of dude. He's kind of a wanderer. He likes
There it
to be
is.
by himself, but he has a few little people here and there that he trusts but not trusts. Like, he doesn't really trust anybody, but if he has to give some people some trust, it's like a little bit, I'm trying to think of what else I could like say. I mean, I'll save my accent for the game, but I'm gonna try to do a Western accent. And I did not know our paladin was gonna do something similar, but that should be interesting. Yeah, so he's a cool dude.
Here is your art.
Wow.
Isn't it insane how good this Caesar can draw?
Oh my gosh.
man.
I really like
love
him.
him a lot. He was really fun to draw because he's so tiny and it looks so menacing on the reference. So I wanted to keep that.
I love it so much. Thank you so much. It looks amazing.
No problem.
Yeah, Caesar, we have to give you a lot of props. I'm hoping we can get this. We can get these characters into the opening credits or something. We gotta show your talent. Okay, we gotta show the world that you can do that. Yeah, we gotta show everybody this. You are really, really good. Okay, I mean, if there's somebody out there's got to pick you up. Somebody's got to pick you up. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. You don't know how that nice makes me feel. Oh, okay.
Good. Okay, good. You deserve every ounce of it. Okay, you are an incredible artist. Okay,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So I think everyone has introduced their character except one, isn't it? Yep.
That is me.
The one and only
One
Caesar.
and only Caesar. Yeah. All right. So let me just get into that skin. It's very hard. My character, his name is Franco Tejada, but everybody calls him Shark because he has a shark teeth and a shark tail, and everything about him is kind of sharkish. Also, the fact that he really doesn't like people. He was raised as a helper in a noble elven family, so he helps them to tend to their livestock and to tend to their animals. And with that, he basically garnered all the knowledge that he needed to become a ranger that he is now. He likes to hunt for beasts and he likes to ride beasts. He likes to basically do everything connected to them and disconnected from the humanity. He's a loner, but when you get on his good side, he's a good ally to have. And also, he's blind, so he's a ranger without his eyes. So yeah.
So there you have it.
Wow.
Franco.
I'm stunned. I'm just stunned. I mean,
he's a cowboy. A vaquero. Yeah.
A vaquero.
Yeah.
My gosh.
It looks
gosh.
fantastic.
It does. Jeez. I wish I could draw that good. Holy smokes. Bravo. Caesar. Thank you.
Also, he fights with yayos instead of whips because yayos are much more fun than whips. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
I was going to say, I realized I totally forgot to give my character's main motivation for adventuring, which is that Barwin is madly in love with his wife, who has gone missing. and he's set out in the world to find her.
Ah.
That is so sweet.
Interesting love story.
All right, Caesar, you want to show the final culmination surprise for everyone now?
Let's see it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, here you
Hold
go. With nothing further, the group
This is our party.
art.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
wow.
so good.
Wow.
Wow.
We're looking great. We're
Oh,
looking great.
man.
We are so cool and we are so back.
Oh, man. I'm going to have a lot of fun DMing this. This is going to be crazy wild. Wow.
I like how
Oh my
they're
gosh.
leaning on each other. It looks like they can count on each other.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Bunch of misfits.
fantastic. Perfect. Perfect, Caesar. Perfect.
I did forget to say Camille is a human.
Ah, yes.
I will also keep her voice for the game. Sorry.
Okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about that. The main thing is
Honestly, I
everybody's
don't know I
finding out
have
who
a
we are.
voice yet.
Yeah. Well, this is part of the fun. We all get to delve deep into these characters and find out what's going on in their hearts and in their minds and where they're coming from, and especially where they're going. So I'm going to say this. This is a special journey for me because this is the big part about this particular campaign that we're going to bring to all of you who've joined us. There is what we call a short amount of time to work with in regards to getting everything done. We all are on borrowed time in a sense. And so we decided that we're going to try to do a campaign that is quick and fun, but at the same time, where most campaigns have a tendency to take their dear sweet time and, space out everything slowly but surely. I had to sit down and think extraordinarily hard to create a campaign that allows us to do a 20-week campaign or episode, session. So that means each character is going to gain a level by the end of every episode. So we have a total of 20 episodes to go through for this first campaign. We're going to be showing ourselves every 2 weeks. That's the game plan, folks. The first episode after this one, because it's just session 0, will be a 4-hour special because we have to get things off the ground and do some things. Okay, that's the little dirty secret for you out there. So you all get to know what's happening right off the bat since you just joined us. So anybody who hasn't seen this video yet will have to be watching it from the very beginning to get that information. But the bottom line is that first episode starting on the 21st, is going to be a 4-hour start.
Aren't we going to do 2 and then record 2 because I'm on vacation 2 weeks later, and so I'm.
That's exactly what's happening, but I didn't want to say that.
Oh, that's okay. Well, so everyone knows they don't have to sit at their computer for 4 hours next week. It's still 2 hours.
No, they don't.
We're doing 4 hours so that there's no interruption in our gaming.
But I was going to bring that up and explain it. But
okay.
Thanks for jumping in. No problem. You're just overexcited. I get it. Hey, we're all excited. It's cool. But yes, the idea was to do a 2-hour session first and then do a secondary 2-hour session. And those are going to be split into 2 episodes, which I was getting at. But the bottom line is it's a 4-hour day for us. So when we get through with that, hopefully we get your attention then, because I have plans to get this off with a bang. And I don't necessarily mean bang, bang. I don't mean that. Or boom. I don't even mean that. I just mean this is going to start very quickly. And once it does, it's going to be a roller coaster ride, even for me. So I plan on having as much fun as I possibly can with these folks and all of you who are watching. And I will say, if you are out there as an audience member and you want to throw in some ideas that you think that this might want to go in a certain direction, you know what? Feel free, throw in something in the chat. I'll keep an eye out and see what you guys have to say. Because after you get an idea of what the kind of campaign this is, it's almost open-ended to what possibilities are out there. So let's see what happens. Let's see what people have to say, you know? So let's get to this. Now that you guys know that's going on, I think the best thing to say now is we're going to make sure that we have 3 homebrew rules that everybody was talking about. We've discussed what those are going to be, and you guys will all see that as we play. They're not anything too difficult. When you see them happen, I would like for everybody out there in the audience to take count per episode how many 20s, critical 20s are rolled. Okay, let's see what the number of natural critical rolls are made at the end of the day, just to see how often that happens. We are using real dice. We are not going to use bots. Everybody's rolling their dice on their table from all the way around the world. And the fun part about this is we don't want to do the thing where a lot of people will throw die on a table. You might hear it and see it bounce and hear somebody say, oh yeah, natural 20, and then there's no proof. I've made it a house brew rule here with this group, okay, that if somebody crits a 20, okay, or gets a natural crit, snapshot it and show it. So we will see shots of those nat 20s, okay, in the show somewhere. So we don't know if it's going to be in chat. We don't know if it's going to be in the inner circle if you haven't joined that yet over on Discord. We don't know. We'll figure all that out. But the fun part is, okay, is that those are going to be tallied up at the end of this season, and we will decide if there's going to be prizes or not for things like this. But that's one of the first games I know that we're gonna play with everybody out there. So be aware of those natural 20s, because they're going to be out there, because somebody's going to roll them, and when they do, especially for when they're rolled, things are going to change up real quick. And I should also bring this up, one of them specifically with regards to what I'm talking about, that lady over there, Laurel, that was her thing. So let's give her some thanks for this idea that she came up with. It's a great way to handle initiative, folks. That's right, initiative. So
Thank you.
Hey, who said anything about you? Stealing thunder over there. Pagan. So, but anyway, folks, this is going to be a lot of fun. So we only have 3 homebrew rules. They're pretty simple. And then after that, we're pretty much standard as far as 5e rules are concerned. This is the only thing that we're not doing is we're not playing with experience. This is basically going to be leveling up at the end of every episode, and that includes whether or not a person dies. So be aware, okay? When things happen in this game, what I'm going to say is, don't fret, okay? Don't worry. Death is just another stepping stone. And in this particular campaign, with regards to what I'm doing, death definitely is not utterly permanent. Okay, so it isn't going to be a situation where somebody dies and that character is gone for long periods of time and stuff like that. We won't do anything like that. There's going to be a situation where characters can come back pretty quickly. Now, note, everybody can't necessarily make a show. We all know this. Okay, so yes, I have implemented some things very specifically into this campaign that absolutely 100% explains why a character is not at their location when they're supposed to be. So right in the middle of a scene, and all of a sudden the character suddenly or a player is not there because they have to miss, something will particularly take place that will definitely take care of that issue. So there's even more to look forward to. So any questions from anybody? Any of you? I know you guys have some sort of question or so. Who wants to ask a question? All right, Nina, you're always the curious one.
What? No. I wasn't going to ask a question. I was going to see if our audience watching wanted to post anything in the chat.
Yeah, sure. Throw one out there in the audience. Let's see if the audience has a question.
So I'm keeping an eye on it. So if you do post anything, I'll yell it out here.
Yeah. Tell me what the question is, and I'll respond. And let me know who the person asked it. Had that question.
There's nothing there at the moment. So if anybody else in the team has a question.
All right.
So I think a question I have for Nina or Laurel or anyone, since I'm handling the stream stuff, I've also got the moderation chat on Twitch. So I might hand that off to one of you guys so that you can talk to people. So that way I don't have to do that and the music.
Yeah, literally right now, Nina and I both have been like typing in the chat, in the Twitch chat.
So I will log out of the Twitch, and then you guys can log in, and then that way you can talk as the gathering table handle.
Only one person
that'd be
can
great.
Be logged at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. You could try logging in and see what it does.
Let me see.
Can you just send me the info on that, on the like separately in Discord?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for Damian, though.
Oh, okay.
When do we start?
So, when we actually start this campaign, we are officially going to be on Twitch and YouTube shortly afterwards. As of July 21st, 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you're around the world, adjust your time. If you can't make the actual Twitch show when it's live, we have a channel over on the YouTube that is called The Gathering Table, I believe. Or have we not made that yet? It was made, so I believe we've made it. Is it?
I need the info for that.
I will have to double check to make sure, but we will. If we don't have it now, we will definitely get it up and running long before that happens. But it's going to be under the name The Gathering Table, and that'll be our channel on YouTube. So anything and everything that we post on Twitch will go out. What would be the best for you to do? Let's say 2 days or 3 days afterwards.
Well, considering I have to go to work immediately after we stream, I will need time to get it processed in my computer, edit it, put it out. So I could probably aim for Monday night, Tuesday after we play.
That's fair enough. Okay, so everybody note, we will always be every 2 weeks, Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we're going to play. And our repeat of the show will be on YouTube, okay, at on Mondays afterwards. That part I can't say when we're going to be posted, but it would be on Monday sometime. Do you have a post date that you know that you can reach that's attainable, unless it's just a situation where you can just get it up there on Mondays?
Probably Monday nights would be the soonest I could get it through, because if we're doing 2-hour sessions, I've got to edit it, and then it's got to compress and load to YouTube, which takes a few hours. So I would say Monday evening. I'll see what I can work on and see if we can get a set time that it comes out, to like even 6 p.m. Eastern every Monday. We'll see how doable that is.
That sounds perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it officially.
There you have it.
We're going to be just like the Critical Role out there. So we do our Friday night show where they do Thursday night. We're on Friday nights. We know that's a busy day for everybody, but
now,
we're only 2 hours.
They do a week because they have teams caption that whole thing. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to caption YouTube videos. That is a job. I will not be doing that.
Well, when we get to a point where we get to their level or something, if that ever happens, then we'll see.
That's right. If we make money, I will say yes. We could pay someone to do that because that is terrible. I've tried to do it. It is. Whew.
It's brutal, huh?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about that. But the main, let's just get out there
And
and have
the
fun.
closed captions on YouTube work pretty well at translating. Like I watch a ton of stuff in Korean and Japanese and put on the closed captions when it's like getting really complex conversation, and they work pretty well.
Okay.
You just don't get punctuation, but you get the
Yeah.
idea what's going on.
I thought AI did everything nowadays. Don't AI do that
Oh.
already?
Could be coming.
Well, either way, the main thing is that from as everybody now has heard officially, every 2 weeks we'll show, and then Monday after our Friday live, they can also watch the show on YouTube at the Gathering Table there. So, like I said, this is gonna be a whole lot of fun. And you know what, folks? We are totally green. We are very, very new in regards to this. This is something that has been sort of kind of brewing around for like the last 2 years, almost 3 years. And there's another person that's involved in this. There's actually other possibilities. If we are looking for 2 more people. Now, this is something very special about what I'm going to say, and I want to make sure that a lot of people don't take things in the wrong light or anything. But we're looking for people we need 2 more seats. We would love to find someone in the continent of Africa. Why? Because we know that Africa is getting D&D players out there. We would like to make this a thing where all of the world is touched, and Africa should be a place that's represented too. That is a major thing. And the 7th continent is the Arctica, I believe, if I'm remembering my geology correctly. But there's not very many people there, so we've kind of expanded it to
Sorry,
other cultures.
Antarctica has no human settlement. It's only like scientists. So
right, yeah. So the hard part is like, how do we?
Well, and I've been there.
technically
Like
work on that?
Antarctica, I can vouch. I've been there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, that's perfect. So what do we had? We had to think. How do we represent technically that 7th continent? Without there being people there. Okay. So this is where we've decided to look for people of other cultures that doesn't necessarily get seen in games like this. So, hey, if you are someone that you haven't seen on the screen anywhere playing D&D, and you are playing and you want to get on the screen, and say, hey, I'm unique, I play D&D too, give us a shout, okay? And we'll reach out to you. So if you're available and you want to be able to play and be able to be on this stream, there's a possibility that you can do that. So
Damian, can I make a comment on that?
No. Sure, of course. Yeah, of course.
So for our audience, I think that describes me, because we've got 2 players from the United States, and me.
That's true.
I know I look like the guy who played D&D in the 80s in Mom's basement. And so when Damian reached out to this, so it was mentioned earlier, I'm a police officer. I've been a police officer for 15 years. And when everything happened in America in 2020, I was trying to reach out and say, how can I show people that there are over 1 million police officers in this country, and we are not all the same. We all have different likes, different wants. And so when Damian put this out, I think it was on a Facebook group, I was like, hey, I can be a representative, not necessarily the American or something like that, but a group of people that that different people have a different opinion about. And when you think of police officers, you don't think of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons with 200 board games behind them. And so I think, to Damian's attestation on that, of we're not necessarily looking for geographical for the 7th, but someone who represents a different community. I think that's one of the biggest reasons I'm here, is because I can represent that group that you don't necessarily think plays D&D. And on that note, I've got about 15 cops just in my department that I play D&D with, so there's a lot more of us.
Yeah.
May I add something to that? Don't let anything material limit you. When we started this with Damien, I didn't have anything. I didn't have a light ring. I didn't have a webcam. I didn't have a mic. It's just if you take it slow, baby steps, you can get everything you need to get this running. As long as you want to play D&D, nothing's going to stop you. So help
Right.
us.
Thanks, guys. This project, see, I'm about to tear up again. Good grief. The biggest reason why I started this, guys, okay, and this is about everybody. It doesn't matter where you come from, what kind of person you are. Look at this. Look at the panels here. These are people from all the way around the world. All of them are different cultures. All of them are part of something that's different, part of the world in some form or fashion. And there's this idea out there that everybody thinks that just because you have to be part of a religion or part of a culture that you have to represent or something like that, or you have to look like a certain thing or whatever. Okay, they think that is like more important than anything else. It's not. What's ultimately important, okay, is what's in your heart and what's in your mind, and the combination of those two things, okay, and how you represent them in the world. You can be a part of a culture that is generally hated. Look at me, I'm a part of a culture, okay, that's hated by almost every other culture out there, okay, but I purposely tried my best to break the mold, okay, and operate how I wanted to. And I have been very, very lucky to be able to play this game with people from all the way around the world, like this group here where I'm gonna get to play this campaign with. And in addition to others, I've met people from just about every culture that there is, and I've made friends in those various cultures. We set aside all of our differences. We set aside everything that has anything to do with with religious aspects. We set aside all of our bigotry, all of our judgment, everything. And I've made friends. I have friends from Poland. I have friends from Japan, China, Pakistan. Oh my gosh, I can't even think. I've got friends in Hawaii. I got friends in all of the states. I've got friends in Europe. I've got friends in Australia. Every continent, I literally have at least one friend in, except Antarctica. That's the only one I don't have one because there's just that many people. If I ever, befriend a walrus, I'll let you know. But the point is, or a seal. But the bottom line is, okay, is that you don't have to be in a world, okay, about judgment. You don't. If you make that the most important thing about yourself, okay, then you're already losing. It doesn't matter if you're rich. It doesn't matter if you are doing better than other people. It doesn't matter if you're super smart. Okay, if you're all about judgment, you're losing. That's the bottom line. Okay, because the ultimate judge, okay, is already up in the sky, and that's the person who's supposed to be doing the judgment. Okay, above all. So the hell with that crap. Just have fun and play the game. And if you want to join us, and you're a little outside the common face for D&D, talk to us. We'll talk to you. Okay. So,
and
now
Damian, just to add on to that for our viewers who don't know, like I said, it's been 3 years, so we've all gotten to know each other pretty decently. And I think one of the things that makes this group special from other super successful groups that have been doing this for a long time is we're not all from the same area. Because I remember asking Damian, I was like, what makes us different than those other groups out there? And it's that we don't all come from the same community. We don't all have the same beliefs. We don't all agree on the same issues. But we can show the world that even though we have those differences, we can come together and we can have fun and we can play a game and we can support each other. And so I think that's one of the biggest things we can show.
Yeah, if anyone's been watching since the beginning, you would have seen my background lighting up because it's 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning for me.
Yeah. So if you want a sense of belonging just by joining us, you've already made the biggest step you possibly could, because this is home to every role player out there. And we don't care. I don't care if you are a bigot and you got to have some hatred in your world. You know what? You throw dice. This is home for you. So just don't put it out there. That's all we ask. Don't put it out there. Don't talk about it. If we see it on our channels, you're going to get kicked. There's no room for that. Okay.
Can I jump in, Damian?
Sure.
I think what we want to see people putting out there is respect for diversity, and a openness to trying to understand the differences of the people that we want to bring together. I think one of the things that we've all had the great opportunity to do is, because we all come from different backgrounds and a few of us have different beliefs that don't necessarily align, we've gone through this great period over the last few years of actually just getting to know the person beyond the beliefs. And that's what we hope this community will let everyone do, is get to know people who are different from themselves, because that's how we make D&D better, that's how we make the world better, and that's how we can find new friends that we didn't know we could have.
Absolutely. So if you're out there and you feel alone, and or you don't feel like you belong to something, but you play D&D, join us. Okay? There's always a chair for you here. Okay? So oh no, the dice is falling already. So what other questions do we have, folks? Because I know everybody's got something to ask.
I mean, like I've said before, because I'm so new to this game, I think all of my questions are going to come after we start playing. I'll be like, wait, what does that rule mean again?
Yeah. So a lot of people are probably wondering about our setup. I'll talk about that. So this is how this is going to basically work. Everybody is actually going to play predominantly with both paper, real dice, and or they're going to have their character listed on either Roll20 or at D&D Beyond. Yes, we are not sponsored by either of those. And we haven't reached out to try to get anything like that. We're not worried about that stuff right now. We are just looking to just play the game and enjoy ourselves. TSR has had a lot of problems and stuff and has pissed off a lot of people, with some of the things that they've been pulling. But I have to admit, D&D has always been a game that has been true to my heart from day one when I started playing. So I'm not necessarily going to give up on the game itself. I may, not necessarily care too much about the company who's put it out, but I'm not going to give up on them. And on top of that, there's just too many other things out there to worry about than this one company, trying to stamp itself out. And that might mainly be not necessarily Wizard of the Coast fault. That could actually be Hasbro's fault. You got to bear in mind, Hasbro is the upper echelon that is owning Wizard of the Coast. So they could be the culprits behind the whole fiasco in the first place. So I'm
but
going to stay
either
true
way,
to
it doesn't matter, because the community has power. We've already seen our power to push back and change when we didn't like what happened. And I think that's the important thing, is that we come together and we help to carry games, D&D, role-playing games, tabletop RPGs, everything and beyond into the spaces where we want it to be. And that's helping shape the community that is inclusive, helping shape rules and regulations that are inclusive, and just ensuring that we see that across the board.
All right, which is why I was getting at, this group is set up so that we can play anything. I believe Pagan has brought up a couple of ideas for playing a couple of games. We know Nina is kind of a slightly experienced DM at this point. Slightly, come on, you have to admit you're slightly experienced, not necessarily experienced, but you've got some. Okay, Laurel has some experience with DM, and obviously Aaron does. And then of course yours truly. Now I've specialized particularly with D&D, but I mean, if I really wanted to get into it, okay, so I play Big Eyes Small Mouth. If anybody's ever heard of that, it's an anime game, so it's based off a lot of your anime television shows like One Piece and I can't think of everything that's out there, but you get the point. Okay, yeah, I don't know, I'm a huge One Piece fan. Or Tekken or whatever else. But I play that. I also play Masquerade Darkness. I've been into the old school Marvel the Marvel superheroes role playing game. I've played that. Have you ever heard of Car Wars, ladies and gentlemen? I played that. I played Mech Warrior. I played Robotech. So I mean, I jump around, but D&D has always been the one that's closest to my heart. So that's the one I specialize. So we have a broad sense of gaming all the way across the board, and with the experience that everyone in this group has, we will find different games to play as we go. So this first 20 episode campaign will be mine that I'm going to run, and it has been placed on the table already as an option that we might jump to another campaign of a entirely different game that either Pagan, Nina, and or Laurel or Aaron might run. Caesar, did you want to throw your hat into the DM table? Just like
I actually DM, but not professionally.
Who said anything about professional? It's about playing the game,
But like I just a little bit, and just one campaign, so it's not that much. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if you want to run that campaign with us, we'll play.
To be fair, I did discover D&D when I was 14, but I've always, when I tried to DM, it was a disaster. I remember people would not be entertained. So I built some strong insecurity to the DMing. That's why I've always fled it the last few years. That resulted in me not playing D&D for 3-4 years, but that is about to change now, ladies and gentlemen. So maybe I will fight that fear, and I will put my name in the DM hat just in the sake of winning that fear.
And look at that, Caesar. You got a shout out in the Twitch chat too. So you got back.
Oh yeah, it's my good friend.
Right on. Yeah.
And Lola Plex is excited to see us all taking on the DM mantle. So maybe we could challenge. We can easily win with one shots.
Yeah, we could just do a big switcheroo, just like pass the hat to the other person. So
yeah, we were originally talking exactly. We were talking about the idea of doing a round robin kind of thing. Somebody does a campaign, then the next person does a campaign, then the next person does a campaign, and the game will switch based on whatever favorite game they may have or preference. So we can do that. It doesn't have to be all D&D. Like Critical Role has a pretty much has a monopoly on that anyway. You know what I mean? But we play all kinds of role-playing games, so we're willing to sit down and say, okay, if you got something, throw it at us, we'll try it. Hell, you know what? I'll bring this up. If you think you have an interesting game that no one else is playing, but you want to see it played, you know what? Throw that name of that game in the comments and stuff, and maybe a link to where we can look into getting it. There's a good chance in the dark that Aaron might own it since he has like 2,000 games, over there, and he might be or you can get it, or either way. But the point is like we could look into playing that game with Aaron DMing it, or if it's a game that's particularly local, we'll find out who's closest to be able to get it, and we'll get it in their hands, and that person will DM.
Yeah, I know quite a few Aussie creators, so I might dig up some of my favorites from them and bring them along.
See, either way that works. That would be perfect. So if you got someone who can do stuff for us like that, that'd be awesome. Or if you can do that, that would be great. So all we have to do, is wait until this campaign ends, and then when we get near the end or so, we'll see what people have thrown out there in the comments and stuff. Maybe maybe we can make a voting game out of this with everybody who's watching the show. Like we can let everybody throw different games out there and stuff, and we can just kind of keep an eye and tally of the different games and stuff that people are proposing. And then at some point, once the tally hits a certain mark, we can see which ones have hit that mark, eliminate the rest, and then just work on the ones that are at a certain mark until we narrow it down to say 3 or 4 or 5 games, and then have the audience and ourselves vote on which one of those 5 we play next.
And I think too, since we're doing our primary game every other week, on those Fridays when we don't have a game scheduled, we could get a few of us together to discuss that stuff and see what we come up with.
Yeah, we could do that too. You know, I know that we can't do the constant thing where we play every week, but I definitely know that, you know, on the weeks that we're supposed to play this campaign and or any campaign that follows on our actual scheduling point, if one of us has to miss, or better yet, I should say, if I have to miss, there's always that option to play something as a one shot as well. So we have tons of options. Um, you know, this is the platform that's perfect for, you know, the opportunity to, you know, to introduce people to all kinds of different games that are not necessarily getting their opportunity to be seen on screen. So again, you know, if you're out there and you have something that you would love to see played, let us know. You know, we're willing to hear from you. Okay. So anybody got a game in mind that they're thinking about running in the near future?
I have been wanting to try for a while. There's a little like tiny kind of one shot that someone wrote on like a single A4 piece of paper called The Witch is Dead, where you play, the characters are a bunch of woodland animals and you're going to like avenge the death of your witch. So you have to like kill the town's hero. I don't know, it seems really silly and fun and just sounds like a good little ride that I'd love to try.
Is that in a 5e system or is that in another game?
I think it's not really. I can't remember what the dice rolls are, actually. I'd have to go and read the script again, but it's very simple.
Okay.
It's not really in any system. It's like its own kind of super
Oh.
simplified TTRPG system.
Oh, see, now that could be interesting. Okay. All right. What about you, Laura? You got anything that you might want to try?
I don't know about like new games per se, but I mean, kind of not really. So I follow this guy, the Dungeon Coach, which is a pretty well-known person, I feel like, in the D&D world. I follow him on Patreon at a pretty high tier just because I like all of the mechanics he's putting out for a new RPG called DC 20. And it's pretty much everything that I love from the mechanics of D&D and added like Pathfinder and then combining them. And so I've been following that pretty heavily, and his alpha is going to release pretty soon. And so I'm going to implement some of the rules into my homebrew campaign that I'll be starting. So I'm really interested to see the mechanics on that, and then see if maybe in the future we want to implement some of the not homebrew at that point. It would be like homebrew rules for D&D, or we can just move to the DC 20, like the new RPG. Like, just, I don't know, I'm just kind of following it right now, seeing what's up.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. What about you, Pagan? What are you thinking?
I have fallen in love with Easy Dick 6 recently. Well, I say that my opinion is not biased because I've been following a game creator called Anchor in Fairy Nail. You might have heard of him from the Runehammer channel.
Okay. Yeah.
And I really, basically his videos helped me a lot in learning how to better play D&D and everything. And I really like his. He helped published a book written by DM Steve, which is called the Easy D6 system, which is basically, it says it's very rule light, and a lot of it's about narrative. It focuses a lot on narrative and not a lot of rules. Try to simplify it as much to make it more fun, and I really want to try that out. It's really a great system.
Okay. You know, we can give that a shot down the road then. Aaron and Caesar, I'm trying to think what do you got in mind, Caesar?
I think that I would really love to play Shadowrun once, because I'm a very big Shadowrun fan, and I think it's a really fun system and a really fun game. But also I would really love to play Cthulhu live, because I really dig horror. It's really fun.
I have a starter set of that, and I've been slowly like trying to write a mini one shot that is a video game Call of Cthulhu horror. So we'll see how I go.
Oh,
would be really cool.
Oh, Cthulhu horror. Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, now you just kind of piqued my interest. Ooh. Oh boy. All right. So you're thinking Shadowrun, and she's thinking the Cthulhu horror. Okay. Yeah, both of you got some ideas. All right, Aaron. So you have an infinite list to pull from. What are you thinking?
Well, first I gotta give a shout out to Black Diamond in the chat. That's my buddy. Otherwise,
Uh,
I'm up for a challenge. If anyone wants to try and break me, that's fine. I'll take any system and see what I can do with it. But with that said, I've really been getting into Monster of the Week recently. It's more of a modern setting. It's based on like the TV show Supernatural. And I have been having a lot of fun making a campaign for that for my other group, the one I DM for, and I'm having a blast. So that's what I'm into right now. But honestly, I love a challenge, and I'll take whatever you got.
Yeah, and can I just shout out to there's an Australian duo called Story Brewers who write the most amazing little like mini games. And they're Australian, so all their stuff is in Australian dollars. So if you're overseas, it's like ridiculously cheap. But I've met them and they write the most beautiful like little stories. They've got one called Alas for the Awful Sea, which is myth, mystery, and crime in the 19th century British Isles that I would love to play sometime.
Okay, so what if we set something up where either you ran it, or you got a copy over to someone over here you felt would give it its justice, and they run it for you? So I mean, you have several persons here that are that have DM experience, who can probably do something with it really, really well. Yourself alone, So, is there a link to it by chance?
Yeah, I can drop a link into.
Throw a link out there, because a lot of I'm pretty sure our audience would love to, take a gander at it as well. So, if we get a link and take a look at this one and take a look at this and see what's off, what it's able to do, or I'll have to take a gander at it myself. So, I'm getting a weird background noise. I'm sorry, guys. It's kind of making me go, what's that? So
I was gonna say, if we could real quick maybe like go over if anybody has social media handles so that people in the chat and or when we communicate otherwise know who we are. So for mine earlier, I was typing, I'm now currently moderating as our channel, the Gathering Table, but I am Soul Everlasting as well on social medias, and you'll see that through our Discord and whatever else. So whoever else wants to go.
Yeah, I'm ninjutsu _, so a little nod to my down under location. You can follow me on most things if you want to. I'm not a great poster though.
Okay.
I guess I go like KB _Surdo. That's very new to me. It's a new online identity I have assumed, and you can find me on Twitter and on Twitch. I stream and play sometimes, so not only TTRPG, so check it out.
Caesar?
So yeah, I usually have different variations of the same nicknames, so it would be too tiresome to mention them all. And also it's written in a weird way, so not everybody would get it, but I will link that below.
All right. And Aaron?
I'm under Code 3 Games. That's the company I've made that I've done a lot of streaming stuff in. So if you're on Twitch, the Gathering Table follows my Code 3 Games channel, so you can see the YouTube stuff I've done there, all the projects that I started and abandoned for various reasons, but they're there.
Awesome. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm known as Awful Macabre. You can see me just about everywhere. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I guess I'm technically on YouTube as well. Under YouTube, I would usually be kind of buzzing around with my buddy Jason, and longtime friend, who is also our business partner in regards to all this, with Blue Leaf Studios. I'm also on, let's see, I've mentioned Facebook, so there's Twitter, and I think that's pretty much it. So, but it's always the same. It's OFFEL, Macabre, if you know what that word is. So, if you see me out there, say hi. So, I think everybody knows who we are now, and it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what happens when people start popping on and attacking and letting us know that they saw us on the show and laughed at us for how silly we look. You know, but
and whether or not people start demanding TikTok videos, because I have a TikTok account, but I have never made a video. So, if there's enough peer pressure, I'll probably succumb.
Yeah.
I'm slowly opening to this as well. Someone told me, "Hey, TikTok has a wide audience, man. You really should check it out." And I say, "All right, then let's go." I just downloaded the app. I'm not doing anything with it yet, just observing. I got a YouTube channel now where I post my Arma tree stuff, and yeah, the link is there. And I'm getting comfortable with the camera. I'm starting to get comfortable with camera. We'll see where this goes. Thanks to you guys, I'm starting to feel way more comfortable than I was, and slowly, this will get better on my side too. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say I created us a TikTok. I have done most of the social media, main social medias, besides like Twitter or the Twitch. I said we will not be doing it until we get content, hopefully from our streaming. But I do suspect we'll probably be using it. I use TikTok by myself, and I've done videos, so that will most likely happen because it's a great way to reach different people out from all over. So we'll probably get on that.
Okay. Caesar, I'm going to bring this up right away. I think you need to get your art out there.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
I do.
Oh, I'm so
have
glad you
social
do.
media, yeah.
Awesome, because people need to see how good you are. Okay. You have a skill that I don't think any of us can match in regards to the drawing and things like that. That is fantastic. I hope somebody picks you because you got a skill.
I really do, because I could really use a job right now.
I think, yeah.
I was fired, so I'm currently.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. What?
Well, maybe
yeah.
Do you want to put it out there, Caesar? If people want to DM if people want to shout out in our Discord that you do.
Or how would they contact you to get some art done? Where should they look?
They should definitely contact me via my Tumblr or my Twitter, but preferably Tumblr, because on Twitter I just have too much to say, I think, and people wouldn't like that sometimes. So I'm just sharing my Tumblr in the chat, so anyone that wants an art piece or anything, you could contact me here.
Awesome. Yeah. I'll post it into our Discord as well.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you guys want something drawn, definitely reach out to Caesar. There's a hand over there that makes things come to life. Look at those pictures. Okay, excellent artist. Keep it up, Caesar. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, I have to bring this up. Just about all of us have an excellent talent. Nina has a very deep understanding of the world and things in general. She's very, very emotionally connected. She has a deep sense, of inner strength, and that's one of the best things that I like about who she is. So she's even given me advice on things. Okay, and I listen a lot to what she has to say. Laurel has a very positive outlook on life, even through the personal struggles that she's had to face over the last couple of years. Big hint, I probably shouldn't be saying this, and I know she's going to get mad at me for bringing this up, but for a little while, this person was suffering through a variant of some form of sickness that wasn't exactly or accurately diagnosed, and through it, she persevered and was still able to, do all the things that she did for this channel. Okay. That takes dedication and a deep sense of strength. That takes a lot of power. That's incredible to be able to pull off. And here she is right now with us, with the biggest smile on her face. So, thank you, Laurel. Thank you, Nina. Caesar, like I said about your art, you're absolutely phenomenal, and we have had some talks, over a lot of the stuff that's going on around you, and I know that those things are on the back of your mind. But here's the thing, being the artist and having the skills that you have, has made me thought and think about, what I can do as a person, through thick and thin. Take note, folks. This is a person who's in Poland right now with a war just across the border happening right now. Okay. And they're going to school. They are focusing on everything that's important in their lives. They have things happening on both sides of the fence in regards to personal life and the life around them. And they were able to produce art like that. Caesar, you have shown me that dedication, okay, and perseverance and never giving up matters. So thank you for what you have taught me. Okay. Pagan, this is a guy who has spent damn near every day, on the internet, consistently showing me things that I didn't know about, consistently working quietly and loudly in the background, finding people who can do different things for the show, whether it be drawing something, whether it be talking to other people about getting the word out to others, whether it be trying to find someone or a different platform to use as another option for us, to work on. We were talking about different things that we were trying to figure out if we wanted to use it, like Tabletop Simulator, Foundry, whatever else. And this was the guy, who took his time, okay, and spent where he realistically should have been doing other things, in regards to his personal life. He took out the dedication and time to go out there and look for stuff like that. Okay, he sacrificed his personal time for us. Okay, you can,
Thank you.
people, I don't even know what to say. It's just a wow factor of willing to do something like that for us. And then there's Aaron. Aaron, being the officer that he is this guy's looking around, trying to act nonchalant. But look, Aaron has probably one of the toughest jobs out of us all. Okay, he goes out there and risks his life every time he puts on that suit and puts on that badge. And in a world today, right now, where cops don't have the best of reputations and stuff, that man goes out there and does his job anyway. Okay, he's got a family just like the rest of us do and stuff, and yet at the same time, look at him. He comes aboard with us, okay, and just brings a sheer true level of honesty, and he's willing to talk with us and set aside any personal judgments or anything that may be stirring back there. That is what we talk about when it comes to people with regards to being who we are. So this is the stuff that makes friendships. It's something that the world seems to be forgetting about, and through the friendships, we're going to play a badass D&D game. So I don't know how I'm going to top, just hanging out with you guys, but the pressure is on. So I've grown gray hair trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do for you guys. And you know what? I kind of figured it out. I'll admit, there's some times where, even my own time on this planet has made me forget about some of the better things that I need to be focused on. And it's each and every single one of you that has reminded me about those things. So when we play this D&D game, I'm dedicating this very first game to you guys for everything that you guys have taught me, and reminded me of my humanity. So thank you all. Okay.
Thanks,
so
Damian.
I hope this. Yeah.
Thank you, Damian.
You're right. Thank you.
Started it all.
Thank you. Thank all of you. So with that, I have two more special shout outs I need to bring up. Okay, this is very, very important. Phoenix, ZZ, Dad wants to say hi. Okay, so when this gets out there on YouTube and they see me out there, I had to bring up my two special little people. Okay, so that's for them.
maybe it's worth just was a question in the Twitch chat before. Just we might just outline for anyone watching along that can't access chat for whatever reason. We are basically we're going to be starting our RPG, which the amazing Damian has written for us in 2 weeks' time. It is in the D&D 5e system, and in terms of gameplay, we're going to be trialing a few different methods to see what our audience likes, what we like, what works online. We're going to start out with a real table and real minifigures, and we're going to see how that goes. And then we might try tabletop simulator at some point, Roll20, and we're just going to like road test different methods and different modes.
I heard ding, battery low.
I was like, what have I done?
I said it again. I'm going to literally step away and go get my charger to put this on. This is embarrassing. I don't normally run out of battery, but I guess for whatever reason it's going to happen. I'll be right back.
Does anyone else want to add anything about the 20 sessions?
The way we came to choose a platform we were going to use is pretty funny, is because we didn't know which one to use, right? There's so many options first. So I love that we came to the conclusion that why don't we try them all? We tried them all. We do one session this, one session that. Maybe not for the same campaign. We have to see that still. But I'm glad we came to that conclusion of trying them all just to see which one is the best for us. Because maybe one is best for a group, the other is best for another group. So I can't wait.
And I think it's good to note too for everyone watching, this is our test campaign. So if you missed it, we're just doing 20 campaigns. We're leveling up after each one. This is to make sure our play styles all sync up, that our technology all works, and then once that's set, then we have a main campaign that's in the same world Damian created with completely different characters. And actually, if I remember right, there's also another set of characters that I'm pretty sure he's going to kill off or something before we get to our actual main ones. We're not quite sure, but we have 3 characters that we've made. This is the 20. Then there's the ones that I'm pretty sure... Oh, he's back. I don't know if he can hear me yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to kill him. And then we have, like, the main ones. So, we got a lot going on.
Oh man. Oh, right. I get quite
to say,
attached.
it's gonna be fun.
I get quite attached to the characters I make.
Yeah.
All of them.
Sadly too.
All 3 of them.
They are my children.
Yes.
Come on.
I don't have much hopes for Braun. He's probably gonna die.
Why are you saying this like that?
Okay, here we go. You can hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
All right.
That's the important question.
Uh-oh.
Mic check.
Maybe not.
I can't hear you guys.
Yeah. Well, I have every confidence that Barwin won't die because he is a cautious, sneaky little Lightfoot halfling. So when he hides, he hides.
Oh no. Is he gonna
Yeah,
just jump
seriously.
scare people? Like, you know, come around the corner and just do hi.
He might scare them, but definitely not intentionally. He's more of a jump hug kind of person. It will be a surprise hug.
Oh my god.
Surprise hug.
That's so sweet.
I've been everything all of you have been saying about your characters. I've been noting it on these index cards, and it could be interesting to see what we have here.
So I will say too, when we did our introductions, I know Laurel, you said you were going to go with that Southern accent. It just came out. I didn't plan to do that. It just felt right when we had an introduction, so I just went with it. So now we're
And that
locked
is perfectly valid. And honestly, that's how I get a lot of my voices for a lot of my characters. I'll just start talking. So I might say it's going to be Western, and it might just not be. So we'll see what happens when it happens.
Camilla will have a very heavy, thick French accent.
Oh.
Nice.
So it's something like this?
Exactly.
Oh my god, I dig French accents so much because I recently played a game called Disco Elysium, and many characters in there have really thick French accents, so I really love them. So I'm
And
so happy for that.
it will be very easy for me because I am French myself. So
I listened to a podcast once for a RPG called Stars Without Number, and it's the only podcast I could find on it. And one of the characters did a French accent like that, and it was entertaining.
Well,
Damian, do we have you yet?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Looks
I was
very
gonna say,
confused.
if you want, I can try and figure out Barwin's accent now. I'm not very good at accents, so it's
Come
fortunate that
on.
I already have one. I tend to think of I have voice personalities, so it's kind of my accent, but then there's different intonations and different personalities. And Barwin is oh, hey guys, what's up? How we doing? Oh, you're looking a little skinny on the side.
That sounds
there.
sounds like Mickey Mouse.
It sounds like the
Australian
cheerful
Mickey
guy.
Mouse.
The Australian Mickey Mouse.
Aussie Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
Disney
my
characters
default
are-
is always to go to British for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, it's always my default. I feel like that's just what I always go to. My last character was kind of deep British, and I'm just dang. And there's so many different dialects, so I don't know. It just always comes out.
Oh, apparently when I type in the OBS, I also am talking as the gathering table. Good to know.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
that
That's
is good to
cool.
know.
Yeah.
So we can connect at the same time on the account.
I'm just gonna
Seems like
do a
it.
little good night to Jono, who's signed off at the 2 a.m. over there where they are.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Please come again.
Bye.
And maybe it's a good moment to point out, because we're reaching out to peeps all over the world. We are going to record this. It will be on YouTube. So if you have to drop out halfway through or you come late anytime, you can always catch up on what you missed after.
Just go.
Yeah, I was gonna
Get-
say I have
get-
a primo time, I feel like, because I'm in the same time zone as the DM, so that's pretty nice. So
It's about, what time is it here? It's 1:44 a.m. But if you have to go, guys, just go.
Yeah,
Getting a healthy
around
sleep is
2
so
a.m.
much more important. Healthy sleep. I've denied my sleep for too long. I still do, but please don't.
Well, I'm
Well,
just lucky that I'm an early riser, because it's an early start for me down here in
Oh,
the future.
I know you guys can hear me.
Yes,
we can.
But
We can hear
I can't
you.
hear anything. I think the battery died entirely. It's charging, but it won't turn on. So there might be something wrong with the headphones, because I had it charging earlier today. So something's wrong with them. I'm messing around with my settings until I can figure out.
I have an idea.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna
I
figure
can't
out
hear
everything
you.
so we can basically start closing up. But I just got to get sounds so I can hear back from you guys. But give me a few minutes here. This is just going to be one of those trial and error scenarios.
Live streaming.
yeah.
I'm gonna type my idea in Discord so he can see it. Maybe
Good idea.
perhaps turning on the speakers but muting the mic every time he's done speaking, so it doesn't get hot mic. It doesn't get feedback from my echo and everything. Just mute it every time you're done speaking, and just turn on the speakers. That way you can hear us.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
get us through. We've
I
only
mean-
got about 10, 15 minutes left in our time
Oh,
slot
do we?
today.
Already?
Yeah. I
Time
gotta go
flies.
eat dinner.
Yeah,
Time flies
I
when
gotta
we're
go
having fun.
sleep.
I gotta eat my breakfast.
I gotta go to work.
This is not a
Wow.
new breakfast.
Oh,
Oh,
lives.
he sounds so sad too. Oh my god.
I was gonna say I would love to give a shout out to my best friend who is watching. They go by Slowpex, but I don't think they're Slowpex in this particular chat. LOL Apex, whatever. I love you very much. Thank you for watching. I just want to say that. So if everybody wants to give a shout out or anything.
There's that.
I want to give a shout out to everyone who's watching this. You're awesome. And somewhere in you, there's something that must not change. So please don't change it.
Aw,
so
that's
sweet.
nice. I guess I'll give a shout out to my gorgeous partner who will probably never watch any of this because he's much, much better at just giving me space to do all of the crazy ideas that I want to do. Oh,
I want
man.
to give a shout out to my friend who just left and other friend who's here, but he's barely clinging on. Hi, Kini, if you're watching this, hi, and I'm glad that you support us and hope you will stay for longer.
Thank you.
Aha! Gotcha.
Yay.
You hear us?
Yeah, he's back.
Although,
He has
Nice.
risen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I guess maybe these are. I guess these are dying or something. I guess I'm gonna have to get myself a new set of earphones. Ooh.
Didn't I send you ones that can plug right into that microphone?
So the yeah, you give me the little black ones. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, the
Okay.
plug just right in the bottom of that microphone, and then you can also hear yourself and this. And
Yeah,
there's no
okay.
batteries.
I'll dig them out because
Sweet.
I bought these before you gave me those, so I was thinking this would just be fine. But I don't know what's happened to them. Something. I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's never happened to me before. They've never died on me. For all this time that we've been practicing or talking and getting this all squared away for all this time straight, nothing happened here. It's always been a tech thing everywhere else. That's the first time they literally died.
That's why we're testing.
Yep. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for going away for a short amount of time, but apparently I'm having technical difficulties with regards to my headset. It's a local company that makes them nearby, so I should be able to go over there and hey, find out what's going on with these and get them all straightened out for free. But we'll see. Otherwise, I'll be using the headphones that Aaron just talked about next time we are playing. Okay, so we're getting down to the wire. We're looking at about 12 minutes for 2 hours, and we have a nice small audience out there, and I'm so glad that all of you have come to join us. Thank you so much for checking us out. I know you guys are all laughing at us and stuff with all these technology issues and us looking silly and stuff because we're completely green in regards to streaming together. But you know what? This is just how it is for a while, and probably how it's going to be. At least for the first 6 months or so, but we'll see what happens. The shenanigans that I'm expecting for Losses to get into is going to be wild and crazy. Everybody here has a silly sense of humor, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Wasn't expecting to have the technology issues and stuff, but what are you going to do? This is human made, so, and it was like $30, I think is what it was for. I think it might cost. Took a gouge out of my paycheck, something like that. So yeah, I don't know. Looks like I might have to go find myself some like $200. No, I'm not going to spend that kind of money. That's ridiculous. But any suggestions? Hey, that's something you guys can talk about out there. If you guys want to throw some suggestions, let's say $60 at best. So if you got a suggestion for about $60 range, or some headsets or something, throw your ideas out there in the comments, and we'll take a gander at them.
I got these for €20. Just plug them in with the jack, and they're good. From Hornet. That's the name of the brand. Pretty good. They're just Hornet.
Okay. All right. What do you guys suggesting, Laurel? What are you thinking?
I mean, I would just use the ones that Aaron gave you. One, they're free, and two, I mean, it plugs right into the microphone. Aaron,
I should have known.
You know what brand the headphones are that you gave him?
Yeah, no name brand.
No, they're decent. I forget.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's like Audio Technica, like those are really good. I don't know if Aaron would like donate those to you, but just like in general, like they're.
I think they were about $80, but they were built for comfort to wear for a long time.
Right, they're like over the head earphones. Yeah.
Okay.
You did say, Aaron, that you can hear your own voice when it's plugged into the mic, right?
You can adjust it too if you don't want to. So yes, you can.
It's very distracting. I did this experience recently with Streamlabs, and I've tried like doing it, like hearing my own voice in the headset. I couldn't sound clear. Like my speech would be very altered when trying to speak over myself. But that's why I brought it up.
Oh, okay.
But if you can adjust it, then it's fine. If you can lower it, put a gate.
Yeah.
The voice.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you either like really expensive ones, just because that's all I really know, or really cheap ones not to get. I don't really know many of the middle of the ground ones, because like I have a pair of headphones, because I'm music background, that are $300, and they're really nice, and like that's all I got for you. I would say use the ones Aaron gave you, because they're cheap, because they're free. Like they're there.
All right. Well, so what are you thinking, Caesar?
I'm thinking the same thing. Like, if it's something is free, just use it. Oh my god, that's basically that.
I don't even know why I'm asking.
Yeah, and I gave you those because I spent a pretty penny on these and didn't need those anymore. So, nothing wrong with them.
Just rub it in there. Just rub it in further. All right, Nina, what are you gonna say? The eternal wisdom is the ones he gave you.
I'll say if you find that the free ones aren't to your taste, then you're always going to be cheaper if you get a headset with a wire that's like not removable. So just going to like your local electronics store, like we have a store in Australia called JB Hi-Fi, which is pretty good, and you can just like, I think mine were maybe 50 Australian dollars for the over-ear, the mic inbuilt, but wired makes it cheaper, whereas wireless is always going to bump up the price point.
That makes sense. Okay. I will take all things in consideration. I definitely have access to the phones that Aaron gave me. That's another thing about this community. We share. I bought minis for players who couldn't get minis here, or I gave in half for helping people in some form of way. Aaron was kind enough to give me this microphone and the headset and this camera that's looking at the table that you guys can see in the extra shot over here. He gave me all that, and it was for $50. Okay, he didn't have to do that, but he did. Caesar, like I said again, dedicated time, to draw the pictures. Laurel, spent a lot of time making all the different websites that's out there that has our brand on it. Nina was in the background, who's been working on talking to everybody out there, finding ways to get the word out to the Australian community. Pagan has been doing the same thing online and in his general community. So this is a group that represents you. So if you are want to feel like you're included and stuff, this, like I said 100 times before, and I will never stop saying it, this is the place for you. Okay, we are going to play a D&D game, like I said, for those of you who are new here and wasn't here at the very beginning, but this is our generalized table that we're going to play on. We're going to be using minis and things like this for the first few episodes or so, and then there's an opportunity where we may switch over to Roll20 again, and then we might even jump on Tabletop Simulator. Hell, if somebody has Foundry, which I think Aaron does, we might jump on that, just to break up the monotony and stuff. There's even a future opportunity where there's a television that I'm looking at now where everybody is on my screen all at once. I may be very well to turn that into a tabletop for this. So this, is a very unique opportunity to see things from various perspectives based upon the needs of whatever game we play or whatever session we play. So remember, here at the gathering table, okay, it's all about the fun. It's all about, enjoying yourselves and, not worrying about judgment, not worrying about what everybody else has to say. Okay. If somebody's going to start throwing out negativity, as long as it's not anything offensive, fine. but we really don't. We prefer that it doesn't happen. We would like to hear good things from everybody. That's what we want to hear. You know, stuff that makes you happy, stuff that makes everyone happy. So if you're out there, you know, come say hi. Spread the word to your friends. Spread your word to your family. Whoever you think would benefit from being a part of this. You know, you guys come to us and we'll help you with what we can with regards to being, you know, being on the screen and showing our funny faces and or silly faces or pretty faces, if any. You know, whatever makes you, you know, whatever makes you happy. Okay. Bottom line is enjoy yourselves out there. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Be healthy. You know, try to have fun. That's the biggest thing. Have fun. Enjoy life. Okay. We're gonna get out of here now. All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks. First campaign. Be well, guys.
Goodbye.